Hello there, Aries. How are you guys doing today? This is your general reading. Holy cow, all of the cards are falling out. This guy decided to jump out. All right, I did pre-shuffle these, but I'm shuffling them again just because, I don't know, I felt like it. All right, so these are general readings and they're timeless readings, so please trust that the universe has brought you here because there is something in today's card spread that is meant to help you out today. If you need some clarification, if something is weighing heavily in your heart or on your mind, trust that you are here because the universe has sent you here. Please take what resonates and leave the rest for everyone else. My goodness, these are all so crooked. Sorry about that. All right, you've got the Knight of Wands. Sorry, I'm under the weather too. All right, Knight of Wands, this is about your passions. You know, you're really charged up right now. I think a lot of the other signs that I've been doing these readings for, they are all just going through immense changes and almost like they're feeling a sense of like a spark of energy, almost like an inspired energy. And they're really, most everyone that I've worked with recently, they've all, said that, yeah, it's almost like I've got the little spark, a little, pep in my step and I'm ready to go. So Aries, I'm hoping that you are also experiencing this big change right now in you and getting inspired to take on something new. Almost like you want to expand your world and expand your horizons and start something new, like a business or a side hustle, something like that. There is still a part of you, though, that feels as though you're trapped. Like if you are in a job that you absolutely dislike, there's a part of you that feels like there's just no time right now for me to start a new career or a new business or a new study or something like that. There's a part of you that feels really trapped. If that's the case, then, yeah, this is your reading. There's a few of you that I've pulled cards from, and a lot of you have said, yeah, I feel as though there's something that's pushing me towards something new, but I just can't seem to wrap my head around it. I can't make it work. I can't make it happen. So if this is you, then, get on board because everyone else is feeling it too. But the universe presents this card to you to let you know that you may just have to see things in a different way, that perhaps you aren't trapped and that it's a matter of your perception, and that maybe even just a little bit, a little inch towards that goal or that passion and that desire that you have to start something new, maybe that little bit of push or that little bit of action is going to open up doors for you and lead you to that new passion or that new goal that you may have. So just start seeing things a little bit differently. Yeah. In times like this, when you're in a little bit of a conundrum where you just don't know what to do next, this is a perfect time for you to really connect with your higher self and really begin to get in touch with your intuition and really, kind of slow things down a little bit, because the energy of the Knight of Wands is a little fast. And he's always quick to go, like, let's just do it now, do it quickly. The High Priestess energy is more about going within and taking that time to really analyze things and look at things in a different way. So there's your reminder right there to slow things down a little bit. Also, don't be afraid to ask help from others and surround yourself with people who are like-minded and people who are also supportive of this new endeavor, or maybe a goal that you may have. Celebrate with them little milestones that move you towards that goal. If you are here for, a change of venue, a change of jobs, career, something like that, whatever your interest is, whatever it is that's sparking you to really move forward. Surround yourself with people who are like-minded, whether it's at work or at home or even social media, right? Join some groups that kind of push you towards that direction. Yeah, this is the perfect card here in the core of your reading, because this is the Magician. The Magician is all about action. It's about manifesting the path and the outcomes that you desire. The Magician tells you, excuse me, the Magician tells you that you can do these things, that every tool that you need to move you towards that direction of opening up new horizons or opening up new doors for you, you have all of those tools within you. And it's just a matter of doing a little bit every day or a little bit at a time. Even if it's just, in your case, maybe you may think it's not really measurable because it's so small, but believe it or not, those little small moves towards your goal adds up to something big in the long run, right? I hope you see that, and I hope that makes sense to you. Yeah, and you're going to have to approach these challenges from a different perspective. It's going to require a lot of grit, a lot of strength, a lot of passion, which you already have, and but the Strength card here is about you being reminded that you need to see things very differently, that maybe challenges that come to you or that present themselves, maybe you just need to see it from a different perspective, right? Just see it from a different perspective, and you'd be surprised how you can maneuver around those challenges. Yeah, ask for support. Ask for help. If that's what you need, ask for help. The Six of Pentacles is a card about reciprocity. This is about you giving and taking and making sure that there's balance. And so if you are in a time of need right now and you need a little bit of help and to try to figure out which direction to go, don't be afraid to ask for help, because there are always people around you who are going to be available to share some help or wisdom along the way that can kind of guide you to a direction, to give you a little bit of clarity, right? To give you that little kind of like just that knowing that you're headed in the right direction. Sometimes when we try something new, we're always wondering, like, am I even doing the right thing, right? So don't forget, there are people around you. Ask for help, and they will guide you the right way. Okay, we've got conflict here. So anytime there's change, anytime you want to bring something new into your life, anyone, me, you, anybody, anytime we introduce something new in our lives, oftentimes that brings about a little bit of conflict, because not everybody likes change. And when you meet with this kind of conflict, remember that your energy is precious, and that you need to do everything you can to preserve your energy level. And I always ask you guys to really come at things from a heart base or from a place of love and gratitude. And so when you are vibrating at that really high energy level, what happens is everything around you starts to take on that same energy level. But when you're met with people who may be conflicting with your ideas, it can take your energy level and sink it. And the last thing I want is for you to work so hard to get yourselves up to a high vibration energy and move down to a place of negativity, all because people are resisting the change that you want to implement in your life, right? So come at things from a place of compassion. Remember to compromise and remember to communicate appropriately so that you don't let yourself come down to that negative energy level. Okay, so just be aware that your energy levels are precious. It's absolutely precious, and you have to guard it. And here you go, you've got the Justice card. So back to that energy level. Remember, karmic energy, this karma, is very, very, very much real, but very powerful. So when I say protect your energy, this is exactly what I'm talking about. The Justice card here is all about creating balance in your life. Remember, compromise. Create balance in your life. Remember that the energy that you send out and the energy that you surround yourself with always comes back to you. So try to maintain and match the energy level of the thing that you want most, right? So you attract it back to you. The Hierophant. The Hierophant is your connection to your higher self, connection to the divine, taking that time to really seek out help from the universe, from beyond, and getting that intuition that you need. This is your connection. Now, this is your opportunity. So you've got the Hierophant and you've got the Six of Pentacles. This is that energy of giving support or receiving support. You may be in a position right now where you are seeking wisdom. You are seeking support from someone who has done it before, who has some knowledge in it. And just know, in the future, you're going to end up giving that back to others and being in a position of knowledge and wisdom, and you're going to be the one sitting here teaching and giving to others, versus right now you may be in this position right here where you're the one asking for help. All right, yeah, look at that transformation, right? So you've got, look at these major arcanas, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You've got 6 major arcanas thus far. And you've got one of the most powerful ones, which is the Death card. The Death card tells me that, yes, you are going through a huge transformation. And no wonder you have conflict in your life, right? Because you yourself are changing, and people around you don't necessarily like that you are changing, and you're letting yourself open new doors for yourself and really focus on the path that you have learned about yourself that you need to take, right? And so when you have that conflict, remember, the goal for you is to complete your transformation. No one else is going to live your life for you except for you. So you might as well live it the way you want to live it, right? And look at that. You're going to walk away. You are going to determine, after much insight, after your connection to the divine, after you realizing, that you aren't trapped, once you start to really connect and see that your life is yours. You're going to, as your own, no one else can live it for you. You're going to determine through your own intuition, you're going to determine the things that no longer serve you in your life, and you're going to leave that behind. Or you're going to make an overhaul and you're going to change. And I'm not saying, oh my gosh, you're going to leave your house and leave everybody behind. It may not even be that drastic. It just may be that you decide, okay, well, I will stop eating junk food for a day. I mean, you know, something like that. Or I'll drink more water, or I'll exercise more, or I'll get 5,000 steps in a day. You know, something so simple can make a huge change in your transformation. It doesn't even have to be something like that. It can be whatever you define it to be. But you're definitely going to be leaving behind the things that no longer serve you, right? So if you're sitting there binge watching YouTube or TikTok or something like that, you might decide, okay, I'm going to limit myself and not doom scroll for 3 hours a day. I'm going to limit myself to a half hour a day, you know, something like that. All right, now here you go. You've got the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is here to let you know that the universe is constantly wanting to give you something. You see the extra cup here. The universe is trying to give you this blessing. And you may be just focusing on the things in your life that you don't like, or maybe you're feeling bored or apathetic about your life. Know that the universe is constantly trying to give you inspiration, trying to give you a blessing, a gift. And again, you have to see things differently, because the things that you may not consider as a gift truly are a gift, right? Sometimes we get so carried away in our lives that even the smallest things we're not grateful for. So be aware, start to see things differently, so that you start to see that there are gifts that are given to you every day, every second by the universe. And then once you practice that level of gratitude, watch how it changes your life. It's absolutely amazing. Now you've got the Knight of Swords here, plus the Knight of Wands. You are full of energy. You're ready to move, and you're ready to take on whatever challenge. And here's the thing, with this big, bold, assertive energy, you see how this knight is charging towards the Five of Swords? It's almost like that. You have to make sure that you are a little bit more measured, and you think about your actions before committing to them, right? Think about the consequences of your actions, the consequences of your words. Because right now I'm getting a sense that you're feeling a little impatient, like you want things to happen and you want it to happen now. And so you may be charging forward, and you may be thinking to yourself, I want it now, and no one's going to get in my way. But in this case, you may create more enemies than you do supporters, right? So make sure you think about the consequences of your words, of your actions before taking that on. But you definitely have a lot of movement, and you're moving, whether you like it or not. The universe is really pushing you towards that change. And you can tell that the universe is really behind you, because look at all of the major arcanas here. You've got the major arcanas that are really pointing you towards, you know, connecting with your higher self, connecting with the divine, and taking action. Because you are undergoing a huge transformation, taking action and making sure that you're protecting your energy, and that you're mindful of the energy levels that you surround yourself with and that you project out into the universe. All right, let's do a couple more cards here just for confirmation. King of Water. This is the King of Cups. Trustworthy, compassionate, respected, cultured. Open your heart and mind to those around you. Trustworthy and heartfelt advice. Charity work. So I like to put the King of Wands down here with the card, the Six of Pentacles, and also with the Hierophant here, because yeah, definitely, you know, open your heart and mind to those around you. Open your heart and your mind to the idea of receiving support so you can get to your goals. Ask questions, ask for help. Don't be afraid, because at some point you're going to learn everything you need to learn in order to complete this transformation. And then at some point you're going to be the one reciprocating that favor to others, right? You're going to pay it back eventually. The Justice card. So pay attention when cards repeat themselves. You've got the Justice card here, Archangel Raguel. Fair and just decisions. Do what you know is right. Stand up for your beliefs. So the Justice card repeats itself here to remind you about karmic energy. What you send out into the universe truly will come back to you. Understand about fair and just decisions. You know, justice is blind. It doesn't matter who you are, what you are. It has no favorites. What you send out truly will come back to you, because that's just the way it works. So be mindful of the energy that you send out, all right? I can't harp on that enough, because it's repeating itself. Life experience, number 16. Now, this is a Tower card. Life experience, number 16, corresponds to the Tower card. This talks about a significant life event, a powerful revelation that leads to change. time to spread your wings. So I like to see this card along with the death card here, because this is about your transformation. Something has happened in your life that has really just shaken it up to the point where you've realized, you come into that realization and you know that things have to change in your life. No matter what, you have to put your hand in there and actually make some changes. And that's where the magician comes in, so that you know and you're reminded that you have a hand in your future and that no one else can change your future but you. And it's almost like you've had a huge aha moment and you're welcoming in this new transformation, this big change. All right, bottom of the deck, release, number 13. This is the death card. So once again, it's repeating itself, right? The death card, the release card here says the end of a phase or situation. Spiritual transformation, time to move on. Absolutely. So you've got some cards here that are repeating themselves. So that way, you understand that there is a big message here about energy levels, about you letting go, allowing yourself to undergo this transformation, letting go of this self-limiting belief here, and letting go of the things that no longer serve you in your life. All right. And opening yourself up to blessings and abundance and gifts from the universe. All right, Aries, thank you so much for being here. I love you all. I will talk to you soon. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye-bye.